Looks like a team maybe from the West Side Rowing Club moving through the shot here in the foreground as we look off the Buffalo waterfront, but pretty decent start to the day. A few patchy clouds out there, a little murkier down toward Burtis Bay. The David Foss webcam at Chautauqua Lake showing some fog over the hills in Chautauqua County to begin the day, and that fog is locally dense in spots. In fact, the visibility has now dropped off to the Big Egg at the Chautauqua County Airport at Jamestown, down to 0. So it's pea soup thick, at least on some of those hilltops this morning. It's going to slow you down. Bradford coming in with 2.5 miles visibility, even some light fog up toward the Niagara Frontier right now. It's still dense fog being reported at Hamilton, Ontario, if you're Toronto bound on the QE. Dense fog advisory in effect for you folks down there along the PA line in the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania through 10 a.m. this morning. That fog will start to lift as we get into the mid-morning hours. The weather for today, not a bad start to the day. Cloud sun mix here for the rest of the morning commute. 66, 74 at noontime, 78 at 5 p.m. and partly sunny skies. There's an outside chance of an isolated shower or thunder shower popping up today, but most spots should be rain-free. The microcast is suggesting that, and I think there's going to be probably a little bit of a greater chance of anything isolated popping up south of the city, but the computer is also spinning up a few showers to the north of the city, as was the case yesterday afternoon. We had that thunderstorm that barreled out of eastern Niagara County into Orleans. You know, there's the possibility of something even to the north of the city, but getting into the nighttime, everything dissipates. We'll have some patchy fog in the valleys again. Tomorrow, a cold front is on the way, and that's going to be the trigger for additional scattered showers and storms tomorrow afternoon. Some of the storms could pack a punch, maybe some strong wind gusts in some of that activity. Fair amount of sun showing up on the roadways this morning after sun up here. Toronto bound, watch out for that fog again on the QEW, especially rounding the bend at the western end of Lake Ontario, heading through the Hamilton and Burlington area. Again, some sun at least on the Thruway eastbound, some patchy clouds on the Thruway west, and on the Southern Tier Expressway we're dealing with some of those pockets of fog which can be locally dense in spots, and that may slow you down a bit at least in those areas. Checking some of the neighborhood temps right now, we're looking at lower 60s in the north towns. Pendleton, Williamsville 62 in the village there, Grand Island 63, 62 at Cheektowaga, Lancaster you're at 61 as well as Elma, Colden at 58, the cool spot, and Hamburg at the high school 64, Sturgeon Point by the waterfront 61. As we take a look at the broader picture here, it's a little bit chillier in the interior valleys this morning. Jamestown 55 at the airport, actually. That's not the valley, but up on the hill, 55 at Bradford. We have a 58 here at Wellsville and the Falls at 64 degrees. Late in the week, it is possible Friday morning and Saturday morning we may be dealing with some scattered light frost in some of the deeper valleys of the southern tier. Yeah, it's going to be that chilly toward the end of the week in some of those spots. We'll keep you updated on it, of course, throughout the week if you have some of those tender plants out there still and you want to salvage some stuff out of the gardens. Weather for today, we're going to be looking at partly to mostly sunny skies, a few isolated showers and thunder showers, but mainly rain-free and a high between 74 to 79 degrees. The breeze picks up a bit today. For tonight, mostly clear skies, some patchy fog sunning up in some of the valleys by morning with lows down to 54 degrees in the valleys to about 64 in the city. Tomorrow, quite warm, mostly to partly sunny, scattered showers and gusty thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, a high between 75 to 80. And on Wednesday, partly sunny, much cooler, 64 to 69 degrees. That cooling trend continuing right into week's end. In fact, we're going to be struggling to hit 60 around here on Thursday and Friday. We could have a few spotty rain showers around on Thursday. Looking really good as we head for next weekend. A little coolish, but decent amount of sunshine on tap. Finally, we're edging to the low 70s maybe toward next Monday.